Hello legends, and welcome to another edition of Flow Lounge, our semi-regular ramble about all things mountain biking. And what a bloody great week to be an Australian mountain biker it was this week. New South Wales Deputy Premier John Barilaro heading to the Kosciuszko National Park to announce $10 million in funding for the completion of the Thredbo Valley Trail. That's the final piece in the puzzle to realise that full vision from the top of Thredbo all the way down to Lake Jindabyne. It's going to be absolutely incredible when that trail is complete. 61 kilometres of non-stop mountain biking from the peak in some beautiful alpine terrain, and then down along the beautiful Thredbo Valley, following the river down to Jindabyne. Crazy day, it'll be an amazing ride. Do it as one 60-kilometre stretch, or you can break into 2 days, shuttle backwards and forwards. It's going to be sensational, a huge opportunity to open up that part of the world to mountain bikers, and really cool. And then meanwhile, down in Tassie, another $4.5 million announced for St Helens. Now, St Helens is the sister town, I guess, to the Blue Derby development, and they've been talking about putting some trails in there for quite a long time now. Finally been announced that the $4.5 million needed to get that up and rolling is released, and so we're going to see trails rolling out in St Helens pretty soon too. Hopefully within the next year we'll have mountain bikers hitting the trails around there, which is going to be insane. Imagine if you've got Blue Derby over here, St Helens here, all linked up. An absolutely mammoth mountain biking destination from the forest down to the coast. It'll be seriously, seriously crazy. So that's two very positive developments in mountain biking in Australia that have been announced in 1 week. Who would have thought this 10 years ago? Certainly not me. Now, Tathra, an absolute gem of a mountain bike destination on the New South Wales south coast, was hammered by bushfires just a couple of weeks ago. They lost dozens of houses, and they also lost a lot of the mountain bike trails. There is a really cool event happening on the 28th of April, so not this Saturday coming, but the one following, which is being put on by the lovely guys at the Bridge Road Brewers. Ben Krause, the head brewer there, is a mad keen mountain biker, and these guys always get behind all kinds of cool initiatives, and this is one of them. It's a recovery effort designed to help get the mountain bike trails up and running, and also raise a little bit of money for the club. So basically, if you come along and lend a hand as a volunteer and help clear the trails and repair some of the damage done by bushfires, they're going to be giving you free beer, and it's very, very good beer. We're talking nice craft beer, not some kind of swill as well. So definitely one to check out. We're going to put the link into the Facebook event in the comments below. So if you're in the area, or if you can make it to the area, certainly one to get along to. Great beers and for a very good cause. Now, on the tech side of things, it has been a huge week. I don't know if you heard, but Specialized released a new stump jumper. Of course you bloody heard. Unless you were living on an iceberg somewhere in the Bering Strait, you knew all about it. It was on every single mountain bike website, on everyone's social media feed. Specialized have released a new stump jumper. Actually, 3 new stump jumpers, a short travel version, an Evo version, and then a regular Stumpy as well. It is big news, of course, as the stump jumper was the original mass-produced mountain bike, and so seeing how it evolves is really, really cool. This new bike has some pretty amazing tech when it comes to the frame construction. They've got a asymmetrical frame. They've called it the sidearm. Side note, did we really have to call it the sidearm? Do we really have to have another gun-themed mountain bike component? Norco are a bandit for it. Norco, stop calling your bikes after guns. Intense, you're the same. Stop doing it. And Specialized, why did you do it? Couldn't you have called it the side bit or something? I don't know. Anyway, by the by, pretty cool frame construction. Looks great. But interestingly with the bike, they've actually moved away from some of the proprietary tech that was a real hallmark of not just the stump jumper, but a lot of Specializeds. Previously, you could only use a shock that was designed for the stump jumper in the stump jumper. There was probably just a lot of pissed off dealers and riders who were really annoyed when they couldn't get a shock for their bike instead. And so if you found yourself in that boat, you're going to be very happy to hear that you can put any shock you like in the new stump jumper. Pretty cool. Regardless, we've got one of these bikes on test at the moment. It does look really nice, and our initial ride impressions so far are very, very positive. We're actually going to be taking this bike up to Atherton up in far north Queensland next week. We've got a few days of shooting up there, riding some of the new trails that have opened up in Atherton over the last little while, and so we're going to get to spend some real quality time on the stump jumper, and we'll come back with a more in-depth report soon. Now, on the racing side of things, of course, the World Cup downhill season kicks off this weekend in Croatia. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name of the town where the race is being held. It looks on paper like it sounds like Lozenge. It probably isn't. Now, what is exciting about this race from a tech perspective, of course, is that we're probably going to see a lot of people wheeling out the 29er downhill bikes. Last season, of course, there was a bit of hit and miss approach to 29ers on the downhill scene. It kind of misfired, it kind of arrived halfway through the season. You had Santa Cruz and Mondraker and Trek, amongst others, trying out 29er downhill bikes. Some riders liked them, some didn't. There wasn't a lot of support from the tyre side of things or from the suspension side of things, of course. But RockShox this week have just announced that they've got a 29er Boxer that is now available. So full support from both SRAM and Fox on the suspension side of things. I think we're going to see a lot of riders on the 29ers for this opening round, and this could be the year that a 29er takes out the World Cup downhill season. With the off-season, a few months of testing under their belts, I think we're going to see a lot of riders very comfortable on 29-inch wheeled downhill bikes from the very start of the season. So that is going to be exciting to watch. That'll do for this week. We're going to have to wrap it up anyhow. It's about to storm, and we don't want to have to resort to taking this production to a cave. That wouldn't look very good at all. Thanks so much. Of course, subscribe if you like what we're doing here. That'd be great. Give us a like or a comment, whatever. We love feedback. Keep it coming. Send us an email. Put it in the comments below. Send us a private message, carrier pigeon, smoke signals. Come knock on my door in the middle of the night if you know where I live. Anything's fine. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.